I'm about to make some thingamajig. Listen, I'm filming, so can you get out of my kitchen? Thank you. And the phone too? Hey, what's going on, you guys? I'm Lindsay Rose. If this is your first time stopping by, don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It looks like this. And also the little notification bell next to it, so you'll be notified every time a new video goes up, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And Saturday, I do Sweet Saturday, which is a dessert or some sort of sweet vegan treat. So, in today's video, I'm going to be making or recreating a recipe that I have already posted on here. So I, a while back, did a vegan popcorn chicken or chicken bites, and today I'm going to be making something sort of similar to that, except I'm not using seitan. I'm going to be using cauliflower this time around because it is a faster way of doing it, and I know a lot of people don't like seitan, so this is a faster and I guess more widely friendly. So if you guys want to see how to do this, let's get veggie. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to do is obviously using a cauliflower head, because I said we're going to use cauliflower, right? So we're going to go ahead and cut into our cauliflower, and you just want the florets. You don't want like the stems or whatever, because these are going to be sort of like nuggets. So we're just going to go ahead, go around the whole cauliflower, cutting through all of it and just keeping the florets. But what inspired me to recreate this recipe is the fact that my 8-year-old loves those like little chicken bites, but the problem is that making seitan can take a little while. It can be a little time consuming, and if you've been with me for a while, you may already know that I'm a lazy cook. But I don't want it to taste any less delicious. Like, I want to make things simple and easy and quick, but I still want everything to taste really good. So the flavor is not going to be affected. So this is the reason why I decided to make the cauliflower bites instead of the seitan. But this is not your usual cauliflower wing recipe, so don't be like, oh, I know how to make that already. This is a different kind of take on it. Alright, so now that we have all of our cauliflower chopped up, we're going to go ahead and get started with our batter. So this is going to serve as our first layer, sort of our binder for our crispy outer edge for these bites. So the first thing that I have in my bowl already is 1 cup of flour. I've already added 1 cup of flour into the bowl. Next, I'm going to be adding in our spices. We're going to be adding a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, a 1/4 teaspoon of poultry seasoning, and 1/8 teaspoon or a pinch of cumin. And we're also going to be adding 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast and 1/2 pack of sazon, and this is just going to add tons of flavor. And if you're not familiar with sazon, sazon is just like a Hispanic seasoning that makes food like a little red, gives it a little color and adds a lot of flavor. And this is, you can find these in like the ethnic section if you don't know, if you've never seen it. And then I'm also going to be adding in 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. And then we're going to go ahead and add in some water slowly. I have 1 cup of water here, but I'm going to slowly add it in because I want to make sure that this turns into the consistency that I needed. Obviously that's like way too thick still. So I'm going to add a little tiny bit more water, let's say 1.5 cups, but start with like 1 cup and then go from there. You want to have like a nice thick batter. So you want this to be sort of like a pancake batter, but a little thicker. Alright guys, so now we're moving on to our breading station. We have our cauliflower bites here. We have our flour mixture or binder sort of thing. And then we have our cornflakes. This is going to be our secret ingredient for our crunchy, crispy exterior to our bites. And this is just some regular, plain, original, non-sweetened. Don't get any, don't get like frosty, frosted, you know what I mean? Like, don't get any sugary type of flakes. Just get plain cornflakes. Okay, and then here we have our plate, which we're going to set all of our stuff onto once everything is breaded. Oh, and by the way, for our cornflakes, I sort of like crumbled them up. I'm sorry, I can't even talk right now. I have a headache. So just kind of crumble them up a little bit, just so it doesn't, like, all the pieces aren't completely whole. And then you're gonna do the regular breading kind of thing, where you just dip there, dip here, put it onto your next little station, and move on to the next thing. And then the next thing we're gonna do is fry these guys. So I have some oil in here, and I'm gonna crank this up on high, and I'm gonna get this heat very high, and then I'm gonna bring it down to about a medium high. Alright, you guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start dipping these into this very hot bath. So I just leave this in here, and so it gets like just nice and brown like that. And this has probably been about 3 minutes. Alright guys, so at this point, all of our delicious chicken is done. And, oh, that rhymed, chicken is done. The next thing that we're going to be doing is, you can eat them just like that. I also like to sprinkle on a little bit of salt right over top of these while these are still warm, simply because cauliflower doesn't absorb that much flavor on its own, so you want to add any extra layers of flavor over and around it. So, next I'm going to be making some sauce, and the sauce that I'm going to be making is just for like half of these, I would say. So the first thing you're going to need is 2 tablespoons of melted butter, vegan butter of course, and then 2 tablespoons of hot wings or buffalo wings hot sauce. I'm also going to be tossing in a little dash of garlic powder. Mix this all up. So now this is mixed up very well, I'm first going to take our plain, the ones that I want to be plain, and just set them up nicely on a little pile. And then I have some that I kind of like overcooked a little bit, and those are the ones that I'm going to be coating. And for the ones that I'm coating, I'm simply tossing them in the sauce. Tossing them in and around the sauce so they can get nice and covered. This isn't a ton of sauce, so if you want to do more of these spicy, you want to make like double or triple this sauce. Now I know you guys want to see a taste test cam, and I'm like dying to get into these like little hot ones. Ugh. Mmm. Oh. Mm. 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 Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, with a little pickle. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You guys, it's so crunchy and it's so good. It's so good. And when you mix it with the melted butter, like the hot sauce is not as hot. So if you're not like into super spicy food, then you mix it like half and half with the butter and a little dash of garlic. It's not that spicy at all. Then for the regular plain one, it's like, how do you have a plain one after you just had, you know? Oh yeah, guys, you must make this. Alright guys, so that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up if you liked it. Also, don't forget to tag me on Instagram if you make this recipe or any of my recipes. I would love to see what you made. I love getting the tags from you guys, and I love seeing what you made. And a lot of times, the food looks like better than my thumbnail. So, thank you guys so much for sharing that with me. And yeah, I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye guys.